What's up? It is your boy, Mark My Words, coming back at you. Today, I want to talk to y'all, man, about when alcohol becomes a problem in your life. You know, all the things that can happen in your life when alcohol becomes a big part of your life. You know what I mean? Not necessarily when you're an alcoholic, right? Because everybody wants to get help when you're an alcoholic. But what about when alcohol is just a big part of your life and there are things that change? You know what I'm saying? So today, we're just going to talk about some of the things that come about when alcohol becomes a big part of your life. And mainly today, just really rapping about how it becomes a habit, how it goes from an occasional thing to a habit, and how that can kind of, start to invoke some changes. So listen, if anything you hear on this video or any other video that I've shared with you, if you feel like it adds value to your life, right? You got to share these videos. Now, I know you think that the creators want you to share the videos so they can get more subscribers. Yes, that's great. To get more subscribers, that helps me. It helps anybody that creates content. But if you get value from it and you share it with 5 people, if those 5 people also get value from it, bro, you never know. I might say something in the video to help change somebody's life. Or they might share it with somebody and it might help change their life. So sharing these videos, bro, is more than a notion. If you just take the time to just send it to 2 or 3 people that you think might really get value from the same thing that you just got, man. We trying to change the world. So that's what we do. We share information. You know what I mean? Now, I would like you to like and subscribe to the channel. Now, that helps me because that lets me know this content hits home. This is a good video. You should do more videos like this. If people don't subscribe, then I might switch up what I'm doing, right? Because I don't know if it's giving value to people or not. So just take a second, like and subscribe if you feel like it's, if you're getting value from it, and share it with somebody, bro. We out here to help people, all right? So what happens when alcohol becomes a habit? When it goes from you just drink occasionally when you go out, hang out with friends, and now it has become a habit. Because with some of y'all, it was just something that you did a little bit in your early 20s. And now, look at you, 31, 32, bro, you drink every day, right? So what happens that it becomes a habit? Now, you have to understand, anytime you see a guy like me come on here and talk to you about alcohol, weed, any other type of drugs, any vice, bro, I'm coming from experience. I ain't coming from something I read in a book. We coming from, I did this before, my nigga. I was you. I was your age at some point, and this is what I did, right? And so the only reason why I would come on here and talk to you about a vice like alcohol is to keep you from going down that path, bro. To keep you from going down the path. We call it a vice for a reason. Normally, you don't get anything good out of it. It's a vice. If you can't tell me that you get 3 positives out of something that you do on a regular basis, bro, it becomes a vice. That's a vice. And we all have them. But the key is to get better over time and not let them control you so much, all right? So a lot of us, we start drinking when we go out. Like when we're 19, 20 years old, we sneaking into the bars, right? We might got a fake ID. We're going to parties. We might be in college. We start drinking because it's the cool thing to do when you're at the parties, right? You don't want to be the only one not drinking. And that's cool. A lot of times it starts out with beer. There's girls all over the place. You're dancing. You're doing all this stuff. So it doesn't seem as damaging, right? You're having a fun night. It is what it is. You might not drink for another 2 weeks, depending on if you go to any parties or not, right? Because you're not legally able to drink like that. Now, you get into your mid-20s, you're 21, 22, 23. Now you're able to go out to bars and clubs. So for us, that was, we talking back in the 90s, bro. We're going out, and that's when you drink, right? But you might go out Thursday, Friday, Saturday, some weekends. So it's 3 times, but you're out drinking, and everybody's doing it. It's for a couple hours, and you leave it alone. Most of us didn't live by ourselves at the time, so we're not drinking at home, right? So the older you get, though, right, as your life starts to slow down, now you get the bottle and you chill at the crib. The game's coming on. You invite a couple homies over. You might invite a couple ladies over. You just chilling in the crib. But now y'all starting to get the bottles for the crib. So now you drinking. And what's crazy is when you're out and you have to wait for the waitress, you have to wait for the bartender. You have time in between your drinks a lot of times. And you get irritated because you're like, man, why they taking so long getting us a drink? My buzz gonna wear off, right? It's true. Sometimes your buzz does kind of wear off. But when you're at home, now you're at home, you're a little bit in your later 20s, you don't go out as much. You got a job, you got a career, whatever. You got a lady. Y'all chill at home with the bottle. Now you're making your own drinks. Now you get as much alcohol as you want. It's cheaper when you go buy it yourself, so you get more of it. And sometimes you're having a glass of wine with your dinner. You're sitting down with a beer after work. Now, again, you're getting a little older, so you might have a professional job. You need a little unwind after work. So now you start drinking a little bit more and more and more, and it's more consistent. You're not getting drunk all the time. You're not passing out. You're not throwing up. But you're drinking more and more and more, and it's more consistent. It might be a couple beers a night, 2 or 3 beers a night. Well, bro, that ends up being, all right, the 3 beers don't do nothing for me. So now I'm going to drink liquor. Oh, the little cocktail that I mix with the juice and the Sprite, that ain't doing too much to me. So now I'm going to start taking it straight. Next thing you know, bro, you're 35, 36. You drinking a half a little bottle of Hennessy every night. Half a little bottle of rum every night. You on a tequila every night. It becomes a habit. And bro, trust me, I was there. Because you like, nah, I don't want to be out spending money, but I'm going to chill, watch the game, a little nice, I feel good, you know what I mean, whatever. I don't feel like I need to go out nowhere. You start drinking a lot more. And it can become a habit. Now, what's the problem with that? Because I know you thinking, now, Mark, what's the problem with it? I'm sitting at home. I got the little bottle. My kids is upstairs in the bed. My lady here. I ain't doing nothing crazy. I'm just, having a couple drinks. Well, the problem is, my boy, anything that you do every day, anything you do every other day, anything you do weekly, right? Even if it's once weekly to once every day, bro, it's a habit. And as a man, you're all about your habits. If you ask anybody about a man and tell him to break down how he got to where he's going to talk about his habits. Kobe Bryant was Kobe Bryant because of his habits. Not because of what he didn't do, it's because of what he did do every day, every morning, every summer, right? So if you're sitting around drinking alcohol, again, comfort of your own home. You got a little man cave, everything cool, you're not getting in trouble, and that's beautiful. But as we get older and we're making something a habit that we're doing every single day, bro, it starts to become part of your character. It starts to become part of your personality, right? So we all been there, bro. We all been there. Try and chill out. You get the bottle. Now you got the favorite little mix and you doing it yourself so that it always comes out perfect. You know how you make them drinks at the crib. Your lady make the drinks. They always come out perfect. They never watered down. It's never too much ice. It's never too warm. It's never too cold. It's always perfect. Well, you're going to drink more when it's always perfect, my G. You're going to drink more when all you got to do is ask your lady bring you another drink. All you got to do is walk to the kitchen, get another one. You end up drinking more. So now over these next couple years or over the past couple years, because you're not at the bar, you're consuming more alcohol. It don't seem that way because you like, y'all don't even be getting drunk though. But you're not drunk because you built a tolerance to it. Bro, if you put hot sauce on everything, it ain't finna be that hot. Like, you're going to have to get a different type of level of hot sauce at some point, right? Because you build a tolerance to whatever it is that you do every day. It becomes part of you. So now, you might be in your 30s. A lot of y'all in your 30s watching these videos, and you're like, well, all right, bro, but where's the problem at? Why is this a problem? What's the big deal? I'm at the crib drinking. Well, bro, if you really start looking at how much alcohol you're going through in a week's time. Now, a lot of people like to throw that word alcoholism, addicted, all that stuff. Everybody's not addicted. In my book, a lot of times we just abuse a privilege and it becomes a vice and we do it too much. So, brother, you might not need to go to rehab or get counseling and all that stuff. But you need to cut back. Because what happens is, every night now, you're used to drinking, so the drinks come with everything. Everywhere you go, you drink. Every show you go to, you got to have a couple shots. You might bring something with you, right? Every house party you go to, where the liquor at? As soon as you get there, where the beer at? Then now everybody you hang around, they drink, bro. Everybody you hang with drink. So every time you go somewhere, you with one of the fellas that y'all drinking every time. A lot of times, bro, you got a buzz before you leave the crib because you pre-gaming, even before you go to your man's crib, right? You and your lady have a couple shots. You driving. And you go to his crib, you drink, now you got to get home, right? Even if you on in the Uber, like it just becomes part of what you do all the time. So it starts to affect you, bro. Because that habit keeps you from doing all the other things you want to do. When it becomes a habit, it then it consumes you. See, bro, you got to understand, vices consume you. They consume you because it's hard to do a lot of other things while you do that thing. But it's hard to create, right? It's hard to make music or do some writing or do some artwork while you're drinking. You can't exercise while you drinking. You're not going to lift weights while you drinking, right? You're not going to go see your mama or your daddy or visit your auntie. You're not going to do that while you drinking because you know how they are. You can't show up smelling like you already know. Bro, you're not going to church or you're not doing anything religious while you drinking. How much time you spending with your kids while you drinking, bro? You can't go out and do nothing productive. So even if you have a to-do list, you sat down and started drinking on a Saturday afternoon, bro. It's 2 o'clock. You're not leaving the crib. Well, that's cool that you're not drinking and driving, but you're also not getting shit done. You're not writing in your journal, fam. The yard work you were supposed to do, oh, nah, I'll get it to you tomorrow. Because you know how I go, bro. What happens is if your body is used to you calming down and relaxing after you start drinking, guess what your mind says? Oh, we done had first drink. It's chill time. I'm done. The body starts to shut down. What we done for the night? This is what we do. We sit on the couch. We watch the games. Now you got that buzz, so now you know how I go. You send text messages you wouldn't send when you were sober. You on the DraftKings, you on the gambling apps, going crazy, knowing you wouldn't do that if you were sober. You waking up the next day like, dang, I ain't even remember I put that parlay in. Bruh, get ugly. You might bicker with your lady a little bit more because you done had a couple, right? But it's all the time. It's all the time. It has become a habit for you. And a bad habit, bro, because I know it seems like you have more fun. It seems like the games are more enjoyable. It seems like these outings are a little bit more fun because you have the alcohol in you. That's not really what it is. You've learned how to enjoy yourself at these events with these people because alcohol is always involved. That's like you always got sneakers on when you go outside. So you learned how to walk in your sneakers. When you were a baby, you couldn't walk in your sneakers, bro. You had to learn how to walk in them. But since you always got them on, it then becomes a part of what you do all the time. But it's not the reason, because you could go outside barefoot and still walk, right? So you could be in these spaces and not drink and still enjoy yourself because it's the people, it's the music, it's the atmosphere. That's really what makes you have so much fun. So the fact is, bro, it becomes a habit. It's something you're doing every day. And then you feel funny if you don't do it. You at a game, you feel funny if you don't have no liquor in you. You at an event with your friends, somebody don't have the drink you drink, you feel some type of way. You at a concert, at the movies, you always drinking when you there. When you don't drink, you start to feel funny. Oh, something ain't right, man. I ain't got my buzz on. This ain't right. Because you're so used to it, you made it a habit. And bro, we all been there. You think you the only one that take liquor into the movies? You think you the only one that fill up a water bottle full of some vodka and take it in the casino, bro? Come on, man. Remember them old movies you see the old man with the flask and he put it right in his jacket? Man, they've been doing this since liquor was alive. You hear me? So you have to understand you're not the only one that's been through this, and you're not the only person that will go through this. But bro, if you're at a point right now where it has become a daily habit or something that you do every other day, it's consuming too much of your time, because you got to look at it like this. If you start drinking, bro, when you come home after you eat, it's 6 o'clock. And your normal time sitting down watching TV drinking is 6 to 10. Bro, that's 4 hours a day. That's 7 days in a week. That's 28 hours a week. if you just drink from 6 to 10, because we know on the weekends, certain people come over, you might go to a party and event. Bro, we talking 30 some hours out of your week. That's a part-time job, my G. And most of the time, you don't have that much fun. You're just drinking, sitting there watching the game. You going through a 6-pack of Coronas, bro, just watching the game. And again, I dig it. You're not hurting nobody. But, bro, it's not making you no better. You're not developing a skill while you're drinking. Your relationship is not getting better while you're drinking. You're not better in the bedroom because you're drinking. I know every once in a while y'all have a wild night and it just so happened y'all was drinking. But you're not realizing all the other nights that you probably would not be able to physically perform because you're inebriated. You just look at it like, oh, I just went to sleep. It wasn't about nothing. But no. Physically, you wouldn't even have been able to go 10 rounds or 2 rounds or 3 rounds or 4 rounds with your lady because the alcohol would have took over at some point, bro. Your body's not going to operate at 100% when you got the alcohol in you. That's not normally how it go. So it has become a habit. And bro, again, if you cannot name 3 positive things that you get out of doing something daily, something you do daily, every other day, 3 to 4 times a week, if you cannot name 3 positives, bro, you shouldn't be doing it. And alcohol is one of them things. You're not going to be able to say you get 3 unless you're making money off it. But, bro, nobody gets paid to drink. You might get paid to sell it. You might get paid to serve it. You don't get paid to drink it, my G. I guarantee that. You're not getting paid for it. You're not getting farther along in your job. Your family life's not getting better. Your physical health isn't getting better. You're just drinking. So it has become a habit. And, bro, it's a lot of y'all that are there. A lot of y'all been there. A lot of y'all will be there. Let's be clear. So let's talk about, because listen, we don't come on here talking about stuff without some type of solutions. You understand? So if it has become a habit, bro, you start to dial back. The first step is always to say, yeah, this has become a habit and I'm doing too much of it. I need to cut back. Now, bro, this is the thing about this. We feel like we got to tell everybody that we drink too much and tell everybody we about to stop and let everybody come on the journey with us. Why is that, bro? If you can look in the mirror and say, I drink too much and it ain't really doing nothing for me, why somebody got to know about that? Bro, I promise you this. This is what I promise you. If you don't show up at the beer distributor, if you don't show up at that wine and spirits, that liquor store, nobody from these places is going to call you and say, where you at? Nobody is going to call you that works at the bar or owns the bar and say, Steve, you ain't been at the bar, my G. What's happening? Nobody's going to do that. They don't care that much, bro. Now, some of your friends might ask you why you ain't been drinking as much, why you ain't been coming over as much. But, dog, for real, nothing's going to change except for you getting better. So if it's a habit, you dial back, and it's very, very simple. This is how we do it. Now, some people use the time method, okay? They say, if I usually drink from 6 to 10, I ain't going to start drinking until 7. I ain't going to start drinking until 6:30. I know I'm going to stop at 10 because that's when me and my lady go to bed. Or they stop earlier. I'm going to start drinking at 6, but at 9 o'clock it's cut off. Whatever I'm at, I don't care what drink I got to guzzle that down. It's over, right? And you start to dial it back times, kind of like intermittent fasting, that a little process. And next thing you know, you're only drinking for an hour a night. Well, I know if you anything like me, if I only got an hour to drink, bro, it ain't worth drinking. You already know. It's like, man, I might as well not eat. So you start skipping days. You understand? But you dial it back because it has become a habit, bro. Whether it's a good or a bad habit, it's hard to break. Habits are hard to break. So where you might have tried to stop before, bro, you went from drinking 4 hours a day to thinking you finna just stop cold turkey. That's hard to do. That's hard for anybody to do. And many of us have failed. So what you want to do is dial back the time frames. That's it. It's a Saturday. All right, I'm allowing myself from 5 to 12. I'm allowing myself from 5 to 9, 5 to 10. And, bro, every week you start to dial it back. Next thing you know, bro, you only drinking an hour a day. Then you start skipping days, right? Or you could say to yourself, you know what? I used to drink a 6-pack. I'm only drinking 5 now. If I get a 6-pack, I'm taking one of them. I got to put it in my car, put it in the garage, whatever. I'm only drinking 5. And 10 days from now, I'm only going to do 4. Next thing you know, bro, you're only doing 2 a day. It takes consistency, but your body will start to adapt. And then you won't even want as much. See, the thing that they don't tell you about the alcohol, your body don't naturally want alcohol, bro. You don't come out the womb wanting to drink alcohol. It's not natural anyway. So once you start to wean off it, your body actually gets back to normal. And you start seeing the changes. You start seeing the weight loss. You start seeing your skin a little brighter, your eyes a little brighter. You got more energy. You waking up with more energy. You ain't got the hangover. You ain't got the fog. A lot of times y'all waking up in the morning, bro. I already know how I go. You wake up at 6. You foggy till 8. Huh? Foggy. You start losing that. Then you start like, oh, nah, I ain't drinking at all. So all these things will start to happen, bro, just because you took control, right? You took control of the vice and you just start to dial it back. You could be one of them dudes that say, I drink every day, so I'm going to drink every other day. And go crazy on every other day, bro, when you drink. It is what it is. But after a while, you start saying, all right, I'm just drinking on Mondays, Thursdays, and Sundays. Then you dial it back to Mondays and Thursdays. Before you know it, the gradual process, bro. Come on, man. Everything's a process, right? And it's all choices. But, bro, the same way you made it a bad habit, you can make it a good habit because you can minimize it. And guess what? The goal doesn't necessarily have to be for you to stop completely. But, bro, if you're drinking for 4 hours a night, that's 28 hours in a week. If you reduce that to just 8 hours a week, if you reduce that to 4 hours a week, bro, I'm telling you, that's a 60-70% cut. You're going to see results. And they're going to be positive results. Now, we'll talk about this in a later video, what you can do to chronicle what happens. If you want to get a little journal or even speaking to your phone, but everything in it ain't about writing stuff down all the time. Sometimes you just keep voice notes in your phone. Man, I woke up today feeling good. I didn't drink last night. Or I went from drinking 4 hours a night to now I only drink 2. I used to drink 5-6 beers a night. Now I drink 1 or 2. This is how I feel in the morning. And then, bro, what you do is every week or so, every 10 days, you listen to them voice notes, right? Because remember, it's between you and you. And when you listen to them, you're like, damn. What you'll start to see is you'll have more energy in your voice. Wait till you do it. They're going to be like, damn, I sound good that day. Why was I so? Yeah, you was energized, my boy, because you're not drinking as much at night. So you've made it a habit. It has progressively gotten to a bad habit. You drink too much. It's all good. You ain't the first one. You won't be the last. All you got to do is, bro, minimize it as much as possible. Do what you can. And, bro, guess what? This is the beautiful thing about getting control of a vice. It's your vice. So, bro, if you fail one night, let's just say you plan on drinking from 6 to 8. Then your homie stopped by at 7:59, boy. And you end up drinking for another 2 hours. Guess what? You jump right back on the next day. That's the beautiful thing about, bro, listen, they not finna come get you and take you to jail because you had a little bit too much to drink in the comfort of your own home, playboy. All you got to do is get right back to it the next day. It's consistency, boy. You think Kobe Bryant never overslept when he had a morning workout? But guess what he did? He went even harder that day. He stayed later. The next day, he might got up a little earlier. You understand? So, bro, you can always get back to it. But if it has become a bad habit, if you listening to this whole video, that means it has become a bad habit, bro. But that's okay. Man, ain't a man in this world ain't had a bad habit and still got some. Some of us cuss too much. Some of us be around the ladies, we flirt too much. You understand? Some of us spend too much money at the casino, at the horse races, on clothes. You know what I mean? Every dude, there's no dude that doesn't have something that they probably do a little too much and they could dial back on. Yours just so happens to be alcohol. It is what it is. Get control of the thing right now. Start today, homie. Not tomorrow, not Monday, today. It's never going to be a good time to start weaning back. It's always going to be weddings. It's always going to be a trip coming up. It's always going to be games. It's always going to be a holiday. Come on, man. Start dialing back. That's it. Just start dialing back. And as you dial back, let me tell you what I did. I started watching videos on YouTube like this one. I started looking for people. Now you got to go dig deep with it. How do I quit alcohol? Just put it in there in the search bar. 100,000 videos pop up. What to do if you're hooked on alcohol? Boom. 1,000 videos come up. See, when you keep listening to people's testimonies, when you keep listening to people give you these ways that you can wean off, or these methods that they used to help them stop, bro, you become invincible, because now you got the knowledge. All you got to do is put it into play. It's easy. It's time, though. You know what I'm saying? It's time. You wasting a lot of your life, man. You start adding up them hours. 28 hours a week, 56 hours every 2. That's 112 hours a month. Bro, you know what you can get done in 112 hours a month? I don't care, bro. I don't care if you did push-ups instead of drink. Come on. If instead of the drinks you drink in that 4-hour period, if you did 5 push-ups, my G, how many push-ups would that be at the end of a month? Come on. It's time. It is what it is. So listen, in this series, we're going to talk about a lot of ways that having this bad habit affects your life. Because it's cool to notice that it's a habit. It's cool to realize you might need to slow it down. But when you're able to hear somebody tell you how it's negatively affecting all these different phases of your life, it starts to make a whole lot of sense. And that's what keeps you from letting it creep back into your life again. Because it's a lot of things that it's affecting that you don't even know. And you don't know it till you stop. So I got to bring it to you, because that's how it was brought to me. You understand? So listen to me. If you feel like this is you, if you feel like this vice is taking a hold of you a little bit, and you need some further help, like the video was cool, but you need to speak to me one-on-one, go down in the description, bro. Click the link, book a call. We'll get on some one-on-one stuff and really talk about where you're at with this vice. And if you need to establish a relationship with me, and we can come up with a plan to help you get off of this vice. Or you may need a counselor. You may need to check into a rehab, whatever the case. I can help you get to some resources, either local resources or online resources, to help you deal with this situation. All right? Now, again, I told you, this is what we come on here for. We ain't just on here to talk, bro. Listen, let me tell you something. God put me in this position to help other people. So when I stand in front of him at the pearly gates, my boy, he gonna say, how many people did you help? I got to be able to show him a list, dog. And if you one of those people and you feel like you need some further help, right? Some one-on-one, just click the link in the bio, bro. Just click the link, book a call. We'll get on the phone. We'll talk about it a little bit, and we'll see where you need to go next, all right? So I appreciate you for tuning in. Like I said, get down on this playlist, man. It's about to be a lot of nice videos just talking about how alcohol negatively affects different phases of your life. And we're going to get to the root of it, dog. Promise you on that, all right? So it is your boy, Mark My Words, coming to you once again. I appreciate you for tuning in. Hopefully, I'm helping you change you so you can help change the world. That's why we on here, all right? So get back with me at your earliest convenience, man. I'll be on here for you, all right? Peace.